without letting you know who they are and some of the things that they do and the contributions they make and just a little bit about them. So this will take a little bit of time, but I think it's worth it because these students have given after-school practices and some before-school practices, and they've dedicated a lot of time to being a part of the music department here. And to let them go and not say anything about them, I think would be a shame. So just bear with me and enjoy the ride. I'm going to start in the percussion section. As I mention your name, if you'd kind of poke your head out or stand up or sit down, fight, do something so that we know that you're back there. Adam Farage, back there. Adam? I never saw you. Adam is new at this school, and I know his old band director, and his old band director was really sorry to see him go. But their loss is our gain. So Adam's come in and done a great job this year. Dane Featheroff. Dane? Dane has played a number of instruments. He plays guitar and he also plays drums and some other stuff. He's also an excellent dirt bike rider. I know that that's part of his passion because we've talked about that a little bit. Ben Lee. Ben's over here. You barely see Ben. Ben is our mallet and keyboard specialist, so that whenever you need those stuff, you heard the little bell parts on some of the Fantasia parts and things like that. He's the one that's handling all that stuff, all the mallet work. He did the real fast xylophone parts last night on Rock You Like a Hurricane. Really valuable to have somebody that can do those things. Mark Mendoza. Mark, are you back there somewhere? He's not here. So we'll just go to Michael Ryder. Michael Ryder. Michael has been one of the section leaders. He's a senior member here. He probably understands more than anybody what it means when I say, I love drummers and I hate drummers. I'm very demanding on the drum section, and he has showed a tremendous amount of leadership this year, both in marching and in the concert thing. So it's just great to see him moving up and doing such a great job. So, in spite of all the things that I say, every once in a while, this is how to do it here. Julie Ryan. Julie's back there. Julie adds a little beauty to the drum section. I still remember, are Julie's parents here? Yeah. Okay. I still remember the first conversation I had about Julie, and the words were, Julie's not like her sisters, and she's not, and thank goodness for that, because she's her own person. She's very outspoken sometimes, and she has a tremendous amount of energy, and I had the great privilege. She's also my Hebrew contact. We did a piece in chorus that had some Hebrew parts, and she translated it for me. I also had the great privilege of going to her bat mitzvah this last year, and got to see her do an entire 3-hour ceremony all by herself, and it was just awesome. So, Julie, thank you for being that good. Yeah. Ken Taguchi, stick your head out, Ken. There we go. Okay, Ken's way back there. It's a little stage, not spice. Ken was in the intro class first semester, and he was one of the few drummers that were really able to move up and make the transition. He's doing a good job. Sam Shee, Sam, wave. There she is. I was so proud this year when Mr. England from Dana said, "Oh, I've got 3 sousaphones." And I was sitting there, I was real quiet because I had 5, and I didn't want to say anything. But one of the reasons why we did so well in competition, another convert this year, and again, filling out that bottom, that bass line means a huge difference. Quentin, there's Quentin. Quentin is our senior member of the tuba section, and I think it was his inspiration that led these other people to want to play the sousaphone with him. He's doing a great job. Trombones. Being a trombone player, I've always wanted to have a big, loud trombone section, and as you heard, especially on like Night in Bald Mountain, these guys and girls are just great players. So I want to introduce the 8th graders back there. Lee Chen. Yeah. Lee, did you start in 6th grade here? Yeah. Rose back there. Maybe was a flute player. And you can see this half of the stage is flutes. So she made a smart decision to switch to the trombone. And she's been doing a great job. She's kind of a legacy. Her brother was a trombone player, but you know, she's her own person, and she's doing a wonderful job back there. Hank Lynn. Hank Lynn, you met as the conductor a little while ago. He's also just a great trombone player. I had a lot of comments on the orchestra concert by my colleagues who said, wow, where's that trombone sound coming from? And it's those players back there, and especially Hank. In the horn section, I have, where's Mandy? There she is, Mandy. She started first semester and is playing second semester, is doing a great job. And Hank's twin brother, Hans, is playing the horn section. He's the horn man. You don't understand how important it is to have all these. Would you stand up, Jackie? Thank you. And Michael's son, would you stand up? There they are. These two gentlemen were in the intro class at the beginning of the year, and they've moved up, and we have a fantastic trumpet section. And I got a little story, but I'm going to save that for a little bit later in the trumpet section. They've moved up and done a wonderful job. Jimmy Wong, right over there. Jimmy's a nice, strong section player down there. Darko, would you stand up? Darko was a really star for me. You may remember Darko from the marching season as a tenor saxophone player. He just started that, and he said, I want to play trumpet, so he played trumpet. Then nothing this guy can't do. He also, it was a wonderful coincidence where this year when we played Sarajevo Christmas Eve, that he was born in Sarajevo on Christmas Eve at the Christmas concert. So, Darko, nice job. We're wonderful to have you in the group here. Okay, Charlie Liang. Charlie really came on this year. I mean, in the baritone saxophone, Mr. Joe Walton. This guy was so good. We bought him his own instrument this year because we knew it. And his nickname is Skittles, and I still don't know why. But maybe you'll share that with me before he goes. In the bass clarinet section, we've got this great bass clarinet section, and I'd like to introduce them to you. There's Alex Hahn. Alex, stand up. Alex is back there. And his nickname is Pancakes, and I have no idea why they call him that either. He likes pancakes, I guess, but it's a neat name. Joey Chang. Joey, hold up that beast you're playing. Joey's playing contra alto clarinets, a little, music education here. It's like a big brother of the bass clarinets. Andre Wang and Johnson Ye, would you guys stand up? You could not want two people that are more dedicated and more tenacious and more focused than these two guys. They're